that thing.
Since this is a county tree, this is up to L.A. County to deal with, but I thought maybe we'd carve this one, just put a chisel on it.
Oh yeah, I would love to see.
He's got the longest name.
So what are you doing right now?
Just thinking
So we're checking the cambium.
By check.
time to fell that tree with that chisel.
Rebecca was here.
Oh, that's really what you're doing.
2025.
That face, not she's
Oh yeah, you can see it. Right, you guys want to come look? It's under the first layer is black. I can go deeper.
So if it's black, what does that mean?
It's been damaged.
So that scorched the under. I'm sorry, guys.
Scorched.
Get out of your way.
Yeah, but that's just underneath. So
Right,
how,
so I'm going to keep going. I'm going to pull this little bracket out so you all can see it.
can you pass it around?
So will this tree have to be taken out?
Most likely, if it is truly dead. But I mean, you know, for us to chisel every single spot, we would girdle it. So there might be some sections that are still live, depending on how
And this is a
much
cedar?
exposure it was.
Yeah, Theodore cedar.
Generally, you do one spot on each quarter of the tree, so you divide the tree up essentially into 4 quarters. You know, test each quarter of the tree. That's how they do it.
So if it was
Forestry situation.
so if it's okay, it'd be like green underneath or something like that?
Yeah. So, well, for this, it'll be just a lighter color.
4, 5
Hopefully, cambium, and you can
Probably feel it. Make sure.
yeah, you can test and feel if it's wet, but it takes.
but also not so many that were causing more injuries.
So the practical would be start on the burns of the house, the structure, right? So you start on that side, see how bad. I guess you're going to do all 4 anyway.
So you do
right?
4, you go 4 sides and try to get.
Generally, like in forestry situations, that's what they do. They'll just quadrant it up and then test the 4 quadrants.
But you'd assume.
Live. But they have, you know, set criteria. So
Because there's so much research.
because there's so much research, so they can say, okay, 50% is dead on this after testing it. We're going to remove it. But we don't know for like urban trees. So.
Watch it because it's nails. Wow. It's all dry up in there.
I know, sometimes they surprise you. You know, you might look at a tree, it looks totally dead, and you get in there and it's just wet as can be. And
Right.
this one,
Wow. Toast. So that tree will have to come out. It'll be marked for it to come out.
And then these probably go to
Each arborist is on there, and it's going to be, you know,
I've been to a lot of these sites.
I've been doing this for 2 years.
So we can talk about that. When everybody's done looking at that over there, you just turn around and look at these palms. While these palms have some green at the top, there's some defects on the trunks of some of these that would make me maybe not want to keep all of them. You can see where there's some pretty big burn spots along those. You might want to test that with a mallet or assume that that's a lot and that one might need to come down.
Is there a general rule of thumb for how the depth to which the fire?
Man, these palms are scorched. We're here in Altadena, California, with a group of certified arborists, master arborists. We're doing an assessment of the wildfire area. We've been allowed to come up to assess the trees. So the group I'm with is a group of certified arborists. Take a look at those garbage cans. It just kind of gives you an idea of the heat that was happening here.
Baby snakes will strike you with no warning.
So what was the consensus on the coniferas here?
Some of them have a lot of damage along the trunks, and they may be in danger of failing. That one in particular is bad. So it's not enough to just see green at the top. Clearly you are seeing green at the top. Some of these trees may fail later. And that one is definitely a candidate there for failure. Some of the other ones have some penciling that could be an issue. So you might not know right away how much bark damage there really is, and if the trees can sustain the kind of damage you're seeing.
From a palm standpoint? I know there's no like research on this, but palms can take a bigger chunk out of them because they're a monocot. Given our previous palm experience and utilizing Florida palms, you can literally half the palm can be gone, and it'll still stand for a long period of time.
Are you half of which part of the palm?
Of the stem.
Thank you.
Because the vascular is like in the throughout the stem, right?
Yeah.
And the meristematic tissue is.
So yeah. And if you think about, we have terrible pruning out there in the industry, right? And people prune them to what they call paintbrushes. They do survive for a long period of time with that. It's not good, but that's just what happened here, is a poor pruning by fire. And it's still to be said, I mean, that very well could deteriorate that stem, but I would still, even on that one, I would give it a chance.
Yeah, then you get the guy that's
I'll
gonna
give
come
it
in here
some
and prune
time.
them and spur up the tree and go.
This is how tree might fail in a wind event down the road, 5, 10 years from now.
Yeah, plus then you have like pink rot.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
maybe where it has pink
What's
rot,
pink rot?
That's why it burned
Decay
that
fungus,
degree.
pathogen as
You
well.
might have had spike wounds.
Yeah.
Winning question.
Your meristem
What color is
starts
it?
doing this shit.
Rose, word.
The fire might have killed the pink rot.
No, I mean it can come back though. In the future.
Fired.
It's like sanitizer.
Right.
Well, they could also get it in their crowns too. Yeah.
I think so. Maybe not.
Got a lot of fucking paintbrushes, green paint.
If you notice here on the outside, they have these succulents, and look how they lasted with this fire. This fire burned the whole house down over here. But if you notice that these succulents, they weathered the storm. They're still standing. Incredible. There's some that kind of scorched up, but it looks like they can be able to come back. But if you look at these succulents here, they had a trio of them. I think with some nutrients that they will come back. If you notice all around the yard, there's a lot of different plants that were basically burned up. They just did it. They just scorched up. So that shows you about having defensible space between the house and like 5 feet. They say have defensible space, and this is about 5 to 10 feet. But the bushes are out here. There might have been junipers, and they just went up. They just went up. So and you notice how the cedar trees, they're all scorched up, and they were talking about up in the top, but that cavity there, that these trees are pretty much gone, they're dead. But one thing, like I said, and pointing out, is that there's certain succulents that are around the house that survived, even though it was crazy heat from the fires, that some of these succulents, some of these plants, they managed to survive. Just thought I'd share this with you today.